When the latest trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League, a.k.a. the Snyder Cut, was released, one thing some fans might not have been prepared for was how square it was. Like, literally. Indeed, this entire cut of Justice League will be presented in that way. So why exactly is the Snyder Cut going full frame, and what has Snyder himself said about the move? Let's dig in. Sources have confirmed to IGN that Zack Snyder's 4-hour reassembling of Justice League is using a boxy 1:3:1 ratio. So the question is, why? Well, the director's love for the format stemmed from the IMAX scenes he shot for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which were rendered in full frame, in the 1:4:3:1 aspect ratio. Ever since that movie, Snyder's been enamored with the square composition and the idea of using it for future projects. At JusticeCon back in July 2020, Snyder explained how he originally intended to shoot all of Justice League with this aspect ratio in mind, so that the movie could fill up a giant 1:4:3:1 IMAX screen for the entire runtime instead of just select action sequences, which is typically how IMAX is used for big-budget studio movies like this. Snyder didn't shoot the film using IMAX cameras since they don't use sound, but he did shoot with a ratio ideal for 1:4:3:1 theaters. And when Justice League lands on HBO Max, fans can see it all in the ratio Snyder intended. What that means is that whereas many viewers are used to seeing black bars on the top and bottom of a widescreen image, in this case the bars will be on the left and right of the square image instead. My intent was to have the movie, the entire film, play in a gigantic 1:4:3 aspect ratio on a giant IMAX screen, Snyder said at JusticeCon. Superheroes tend to be as figures. They tend to be less horizontal. Maybe Superman when he's flying, but when he's standing, he's more of a vertical. Everything is composed and shot that way, and a lot of the restoration is sort of trying to put that back, put these big squares back. It's a completely different aesthetic, it's just got a different quality and one that is unusual. No one's doing that. The first Justice League, complete with a multitude of added scenes and reshoots, was released in 2017 with a 1:8:5:1 aspect ratio, which has been one of the most common US widescreen cinema standards since the 50s. Releasing a 35mm film in this way means that the frames of the movie basically have to have their top and bottom cropped off. A big part of Snyder's remaking and remodeling of Justice League involved restoring the original film squares that were composed in a 1:3:3:1 aspect ratio. So, the TLDR answer to why Justice League is square now is that it's because it was part of Snyder's original vision. And why go through all this trouble of reworking and reassembling the film into a Snyder Cut if it's not exactly what Snyder wanted to do with the film in the first place? It's one thing to release a full movie in 1:4:3:1 or 1:3:3:1, and it's another to also offer it in black and white. Yes, just a few days ago, Snyder confirmed the near completion of a full black and white version of Justice League, which he calls the Justice is Gray edition. Check out the trailer that Snyder released back in November for Justice League. It gives a sense of what the Justice is Gray edition might look like, while also containing much of the footage that was released at DC Fandom earlier this year. There's no known release date for the Justice is Gray edition, though Snyder has said that his ideal version of Justice League would be in black and white. In the meantime, Zack Snyder's Justice League will premiere March 18 on HBO Max. For more on the Snyder Cut of Justice League, check out our deep dive into the legendary project's history, and be sure to like and subscribe to IGN on the platform of your choice.